Hello, everybody, and welcome to the June episode of Community Showcase Live. Delighted to have you here with us today. And before we get started with the program and before I introduce our special guest, I'd like to introduce the music that we heard prior to the show starting. The first piece is by Cadalus. It's called Phantasmal Butterflies. It's a mesmer theme. Cadalus has done several themes related to the Guild Wars 2 professions, and you can go to our Tumblr page to listen to any of them. They're all great, and I think you'll enjoy that. Our second piece was by Reisinger. It's called For Glory, a tribute to the Guild Wars 2 PvP Season 3. And you can check out our forums if you'd like to hear that full piece. Look for Reisinger. And the third one is by our friend Dustin B., also known as Dusk, and it was called Shadow of the Marionette. And if you listen carefully, or if you go to our forums to listen to it again, you heard that subtle manic laugh from Scarlet Briar at the end of it. This month, I have something special to share with you. It's related to our fan festival. It's fan organized and put together every year called Foostival. It takes place in the spring. It happens in the United Kingdom, in Germany, in France, sometimes in other countries as well. Foostival is great fun. Lots of people turn out for it, and they all have a blast, and there's prizes, and there's contests and get-togethers, and it's a great way to meet other Guild Wars 2 fans and special guests. In this case, they made me, from the United Kingdom, in England, they made me this great shirt, and I wanted to show it off because I'm very proud of it with the little quaggins. And so Foostival will be next spring. I'll watch our forums, and you can find out more about it because they always share when the events are going to take place. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my guest, Elizabeth Bergeron. Liz, and she is a member of the Guild Wars 2 team. And Liz, tell us a little bit about you.
I am the QA lead for Expansion 2.
Expansion 2, that's the one that's going to have all sorts of things that you can tell us about. I understand there might be Char and Sylvari, might be Asura involved.
I can neither confirm nor deny any of those things.
Sylvari, Norn?
Nope.
No, not even that much,
Nope.
huh? Tight-lipped woman, but she's doing a good job. I don't know too much about Expansion Pack 2, but except that I know that I'm very excited about it and glad that we're going to be releasing that and getting more things to do and see and play and enjoy and, delve deeper into the lore of Guild Wars 2. So welcome, Liz, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I also understand that you do cosplay.
I do.
And that you also have an element of charity work involved with that?
Yes, I actually do a lot of Star Wars cosplay, and I am a member of the 501st Legion, which is, for anybody not familiar, it's a Lucasfilm recognized charity group that, is a costumed group, and we go and visit different places and raise money for mostly children's charities. I'm also a member of Saber Guild, which is another Lucasfilm recognized group, and we're actually a lightsaber choreography group. So we'll actually go and perform lightsaber acts and sort of like mini plays almost for children's hospitals, everything from the EMP museum to kids' birthday parties.
That's fantastic. You must have a lot of fun doing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of
And
fun.
you've been doing it how long?
Oh, geez. It's been a couple of years now.
We have a couple of pieces of cosplay, so when we get to those, I'm going to have a couple of questions for you, okay?
Sure,
Because I'm
absolutely.
always interested. I love our cosplay. Some of it is all of it's great, and some of it is just perplexing to me, like, how did they do this, or things like that. So I'll be asking Liz about that.
We have our
get to
secrets
it.
and tricks.
Yeah, you guys do, I'm sure. And right now we'll get started with the art. We'll go through the various images that we have of art, starting with this piece by Fari. It's a Secret Santa gift, and there's a little bit of a story here. Took a little while for Fari to get this piece finished, so they wrote a kind of a semi-apology saying, I'm sorry it took so long, but I hope you like the image. And I think they put a lot of time into it. It's
It
beautiful.
sure looks like it. The light is beautiful.
Isn't it great?
The effects on the hands and the fire, it's just really amazing, the use of lighting and how, it's reflected off the fabric.
And the motion, too, the
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a really great piece. Well done, Fari. Thank you for sharing with us. The second one is by Mililok, and this is Ruzi. And I love this piece. I love the subtlety of the colors.
It's really gorgeous. I love the profile. It's very like turn of the century Art Deco sort of style with the
cameo?
shading. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too. And the headpiece,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. And the details of the face are and the hair. I think it's just really great. Thank you for sharing that, Millalock. It's really nice. Here's one by
Oh no,
old
I
friend
love it.
Darth Asterisk, and we've featured Darth's work before. I'm very fond of the figures that they create. They're just amazing. The level of detail and the obvious love that they put into these creations.
I want one of these.
I know. This is one of the. It was so hard to pick one. We've had other work by Darth Asterisk before, and it was hard to pick which one, but we hadn't featured this one, and it just jumped out at me. It's a Silvari necromancer wearing cultural armor, and
So
of course,
cool.
Anything with a scythe. I know you and I both love Halloween. Anything
yeah.
with a scythe, it's right up there, right?
Oh yeah.
It's great. Great face.
It just the features of the face are just really cool. That's something I'd like to have on my desk.
Yeah, me too. It's terrific. It's great. So the name, I should share this because I think it's very sweet, is Kirai wa, and that means it's beautiful in Japanese.
Oh.
That's sweet. This is by SBS Link or SB Slink. I'm not quite sure how to say the name, but I do love this piece. It's Unaria, and I love the delicate brush strokes. It's just so cute.
Now this actually, if I were to think of a Tyrion cameo, like you said, we were talking about cameos a minute ago. This is what I would picture totally for a cameo that someone would like wear. You know, maybe carved of their mother or something, you know, and I just think that's really cool.
It is beautiful. I thought that this one was off the charts. Yeah, sorry, Liz. I'm sorry. I warned you. I did. Okay, yeah. This is by Pascal's Daily Doodle, and this is called Time and Space. And Liz and I were talking about this earlier. It's just amazing, isn't it?
It really is. A couple things that I actually noticed is at the bottom, the circular sort of design at the bottom is Guild Wars, but it almost makes you think of like Doctor Who, like Gallifreyan writing. It's all in circles with different, you know, arcs.
Chronomancer,
Yep,
time,
Chronomancer,
Doctor
time,
Who. It
Doctor
all
Who.
works, doesn't it?
And it almost looks at first glance like it's symmetrical, but it's not. And each side is very different with the details, but it looks like at first glance like if you folded it in half it would be the same on both sides, but it's not. It's definitely not, and it's really cool looking.
Yeah, it's great. Do you think it's pen and ink?
Probably, yeah, it looks like it is, and it also looks like it took a ton of time.
Thank you for sharing it, Pascal. It's beautiful. This is by Urasura, and this is Groban and Briaska. And Urasura shared with us that they are ready for their day off, and they're off about the town. Briaska is on board for the whole thing, but as you can see, Groban is being just a bit of a nerd there. Oh, it's so hot.
See, he's melting like I melt in the sunshine.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's just I don't know if
See,
I
he's
can
pale.
cope.
See?
Yeah, I can't poke. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Poor little guy. Thank you for sharing that, Urasura. That's very nice. And here's our first cosplay piece. It's by Cloak and Dagger Cosplay, and I understand that you saw some of this as it was being created on another site. Is that right?
I did. I'm a member of the RPF, and that's the Replica Prop Forum, and they actually also have a group on Facebook. And I remember seeing the staff first, because I think that was the first part she finished.
I think so.
And she had a bunch of pictures up of the staff, and it blew me away. And I shared it with a bunch of people here because I was just like, looks like I want this.
Yes.
I need this in my life. And then she comes out with this whole like ensemble, and it's just,
I think it's perfection.
it's flawless.
Yeah.
It's really like she stepped out of the video game. It's
from the pose to the expression,
Yep.
from her presence as a whole to the details of the design of the armor, the staff. I mean, I could go on and on. It's just beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
So how long does it take to create a piece of cosplay, to do the full thing? I imagine it's many hundreds of hours sometimes.
It can be. I mean, it depends. If you're doing something like this where you have a lot of detailed armor pieces especially, it can take forever. There are obviously different sorts of materials that you can work with. Some are easier than others. Some are more expensive than others. I mean, you can do things with foam, or then there's everything from foam to like thermoplastics that you melt with a heat gun, which is what I use a lot of the time. And it looks like she may have used a similar sort of thing. It's called Warbler.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're doing armor on top of soft pieces, it can take hundreds of hours to do. I mean, just that staff alone, I can't even imagine how many hours it took for her to finish that whole thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love seeing people create wearable art because I do it myself. So I love seeing stuff like this where, you know, she took one medium, which is a character in a game that's just a 3D model, and she actually brought that out into the real world and made everything perfectly proportionate to exactly how it's supposed to be. And I like to do that sort of. That's like the challenge for me too, to do that is get every proportion as perfect as I possibly can, because, you know, you want to portray the character that you're trying to portray as accurately as possible, right?
I'm thinking also that one thing that I love about it is that the essence of her is the essence of that character. It's as if when you do cosplay, it's almost like you're a chameleon. You're adopting that character, and you can see that in her expression, and you can see that in the time and the love that she spent creating this. It's just amazing. I should say they, because I don't know Cloak and Dagger Cosplay. It could be that this young lady had help putting this together. I'm not really sure. I should reach out to her and find out more, but I really love this, and I hope we see more in the future. Thank you so much for sharing it.
It's gorgeous.
Sael created this lovely image as a commission, and this is Valkyria Trevelyan. And I guess they put a little more time than they originally intended, but we're so in love with the character that they went ahead and just did this wonderful piece with so many elements. I love the long hair, the braids.
I love the look on her face.
Definitely, absolutely. And the pose, background. It's just terrific. Thank you for sharing that as well.
We have so many talented people in our community.
We do. We are blessed. I am constantly fighting with myself, actually having out loud discussions about what to choose, what to use in a show, which gives me an opportunity to say something to the artists who do share their work. We don't just look at the last few weeks or even the last few months. There are some pieces that are being featured today that are from 2015. I look through for many, many months. I try not to repeat anything, of course, and we do try to include as many different artists as possible, but it's just really nice to know, I think, as an artist, that while your piece might not be featured the very month that it's posted, it could show up at any show in the future. So keep that in mind as you create, especially pieces that were created last winter. I would be using them for the Winter's Day show this December. So there's always a chance something of yours will pop up. Let's move on to this one by Sarah Grew. This is Mordrum Vari. It started out as a pencil sketch and then they colored it.
That's so pretty. There's such depth there. Really, really nice. I love the colors.
It looks almost too nice to be a
Mordrum.
Almost like a little smile there. But it's a concept of taking the Sylvari and the Mordrum and bringing them together into kind of a new creation, a new kind of creature. And I love what our community is doing with that concept.
It's really cool.
Yeah, very nice. This is an awe-inspiring moment. This is I saw this and I went nuts.
I want one.
I want one too. I mean, I think everyone who sees this is just enchanted. It's inspired so many positive comments. This actually, Priest of Duena is the creator, and Priest of Duena was actually able to go to one of the conventions that some of our staff members attended, and Timey here sat at pride of place at the presentation table so that everybody could enjoy it. I think it's incredible. Details in the armor,
oh my goodness,
facial expressions, spot on.
Thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know.
I love plushies.
I'm thinking, I'll tell you the truth. Don't listen for a moment, but I have to tell Liz. I am the person that is always saying the word plushies. So one of our brand managers was saying, well, we're looking at new merchandise, and Gail, you don't need to say plushie. Because I think they're so cool. I love our char plushie. I love
do
our
too.
quaggins. We had the Winter's Day quaggin and then the regular quaggin. My quaggin on my desk, I have Winter's Day, and then the quaggin that I have that's the regular quaggin is wearing a pair of bunny ears right now for reasons I won't go into.
Because reasons. That's all you need to say.
Because reasons, absolutely. But I think plushies are great, and somebody to spend the time to make this is just incredible.
It's so cool. That is so cool. I make costumes.
You don't make
but
plushies,
I don't
do you?
make plushies.
Well, maybe you ought to learn.
I need somebody like this to teach me. Obviously, this is somebody who's really mastered the craft. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you very much for sharing this, Priest of Dwayne. I hope to see more in the future because this
Yes,
is
please, more
wonderful.
plushies.
More plushies. That's it.
We have two plushie addicts over here.
All my teammates are going to be going, oh, there goes Gail on the plushie rig. Here's one by... yeah, isn't this great? By Amber Eisenhower. And this is Rosalind Bloodthorn. And I think it's really cute that a Silvari with kind of a dark and somber colors has this sweet facial expression and then is clutching a sweet plushie.
Yeah.
Speaking of plushies, see, can't get away from plushies.
Why would you want to?
I know, it's adorable. It's really cute. And Amber was saying that they might be making a series of based on their own characters, profession-based creations with their pets. Wouldn't that be fun?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
Yeah, I'd really like to see them too. Be sure to share them with us on our Tumblr page or on the forums, whichever is your choice. But we'll look forward to seeing those in the future.
Absolutely.
Forum member Maytheon posted that they hadn't done any art in 18 years. But inspired by Guild Wars 2, I want to say, dragged out their old drawing tablet and their 18-year-old pencils and put together this wonderful piece. Isn't it great?
I think they need to keep drawing
I
because this is
agree.
great. And I don't know if there's maybe some reason that you haven't drawn in 18 years, but I think you should start again.
Keep at it.
Yeah, because this is definitely, first it's addicting. I mean, you start working on some sort of art and you don't ever want to stop. And I'm hoping that that's the case with this person because I think they've got something good going on.
Sweet little facial expression, and I wish I had that kind of talent. I'm not an artist, but I do appreciate good art. So I think everybody who thinks about it, go to Maytheon's thread in the forum and encourage him or her to continue creating.
Absolutely.
Here we have a piece by Blood Guilty, and it's called Royal Blood, and it is their playful, seductive mesmer. Isn't that the cutest thing?
That's actually the same transmog I have on my necromancer.
Is
my
it really?
Silvari Necro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love.
Do you have the
love it.
cultural armor here?
I do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have almost all of the cultural armor in the game, actually,
nice.
because I have a pretty princess dress-up problem.
Yes, I kind of confess I do too. Dragonfly Black Backpack is one that I don't have, but I sure love the way
Yeah, I
it
don't
comes
have that
together.
either.
That little pose, the little feet.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's so cute. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And
Oh.
this is something completely different, as Monty Python would say. And now for something completely different. Yeah, this started out as a concept of making a medallion, but starting out with CAD design and then going to a CNC machine. My husband said probably a mill. And then milling this piece, polishing it, and finishing it up to get this great. Well, I got a charge out of it. I really did. Sorry, Liz.
You're so bad.
But
You're so bad.
but it's great because you can see the medallion and the size is great and everything about it is terrific. The thing I was liking about this is the whole concept of doing like race or profession related imagery in a medallion. And I'm thinking that they could do the Ranger paw print. That would be perfect.
That would be really awesome.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of directions you could go with this, and I would totally rock one of these.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
A Gareth made this as a gift for a friend, and I love the friend's name, so let's call out Such Might, Much Strong. That's the player name.
I love our community sometimes.
Yeah, they come up with some great things. Yeah, I'm really loving the shoulder pieces. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think that's a
Ley
ley line, yeah.
Yeah, and the medallion.
And that's actually the cultural chess piece.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really great. And then the facial expression is very thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Over here is Streamsider, and Streamsider got in touch with one of our PvP players, Magic Toker, and in having a conversation was inspired to create this image of Toker's character. And I love the action and the movement and the energy in this piece. Also, I think it's a digital painting, but it has that very evocative feeling of oil.
Yeah, it's got those nice sweeping strokes and a lot of texture to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really beautiful work.
Terrific. You know, I know that you haven't seen any yet, so I'm excited to show this to you. We have a creator in our community called Ixa, crew leader Ixa, who is known as the little Asura with a big sense of adventure.
Ooh.
And Ixa has created a series of wonderful little snippets from around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So Ixa has a new story to tell us about their first visit to Tarir, the Forgotten City, or the City of Gold. And let's take a look here. I think you're going to enjoy this.
It's so shiny. Is this what the Skrit feel like? I was expecting the city to be gold, but I wasn't expecting it to be quite so gold. This is definitely the safest place to keep Glint's egg. Anyone who comes looking for it will be mesmerized by this magnificently golden architecture. It is just so shiny. Everywhere you look, gold. Gold paving, golden walls, golden bridges. This Skrit is suffering from seeing too much gold. Who would have thought that such a thing was even possible? Even the air here seems to be alive with motes of golden light. All right, snap out of it, Ixa. It is nothing more than a bright, malleable metal. Before I could lock Glint's egg away within the safety of Tarir, I had to complete 3 trials left behind by the Forgotten. A trial of strength, wisdom, and teamwork. Upon completing these challenges, I was able to secure the egg in a chamber built specifically for this task. Now I can continue onward to the fight against Mordramoth. Wait, what is that sound? Oh, hello. What is this saying? Arcane Council. The ban lifted. Moto. By the eternal alchemy, it's back. Taratasum. Excelsior.
Is that the cutest thing ever?
That was so cute.
Yeah.
I have like tears in my eyes. It was so cute.
I know. It's the greatest. Ixa has done a lot of different videos about a lot of different areas in the world, and holiday celebrations. I already have one picked out from the most recent Winter's Day to show for the Winter's Day show. They did a great one, a couple of different ones for Halloween, our favorite holiday again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just definitely worth a view. If you haven't seen Ixa's work, go to YouTube and search for the channel there, or you can find them linked off of our Tumblr page. Absolutely great. Love it. Thank you again, Ixa, for all you do. We love you.
I'm going to go back and watch like all of these from the very beginning and
yeah, it's a great series.
It's
absolutely.
So cute.
Yeah. This is by Hanshin, and this is a commission that they created for another Guild Wars 2 player. I love this. I think the bladed armor is a and then the background, and it's just terrific.
It's, one of the things I'm noticing about a lot of these is that the artists really capture the expressions on the characters' faces really, really well. Like this, she's up to something.
Oh, definitely. Well, the whole insouciant, I'm beautiful, I'm elegant, I'm wearing armor. Oh, and by the way, check out the bunny ears.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. It just kind of like throws that sort of like little extra added in there, and it's really cool.
Yeah. And this is one of my favorites as well. This is by Flaberty. This is an Asura. And I wrote a note about it because I didn't see any notes at all, but I just want to say that I think that this facial expression catches that deadly combination that Asuras assuredly show us from time to time, sorry Liz, where they have that deadly combination of arrogance and a very bad attitude.
This looks like it was watercolor.
I think that it does to me as well. It could be digital, it could be watercolor. If it's watercolor, I admire the artist.
Yes, but I have, my mother works a lot in watercolor. She's quite the incredible artist, but she's also trained, and I have seen her work in watercolor and how many paintings she scrapped because it's so difficult to.
It's an unforgiving
It
medium,
really is.
isn't it?
If you make a mistake, it's over. Like it's not like oils where you can scrape or paint over or anything like that. You need to scrap it. So this is just how clean these lines are, and how well he's captured again the expression, on this little guy's face. It's like.
Probably he would not approve of you saying little guy.
Yeah, maybe. He looks like he
umbrage.
might get a little angry.
But then I think maybe that's a perpetual problem.
I
with this
know,
guy.
it might be.
It's really great. Thank you for sharing that, Flaberty. It's terrific. This in a different kind of cosplay. I want you to see this one too. This is a makeup test done by Alfazi for Traherne, and actually there's about 9 different images on the original panel shared on Tumblr, and I thought it was really cool how they went through the expressions and the makeup, and you could address this more because I know you do makeup, but isn't this very, very time consuming to put this together?
Yes, it is. Especially with how they're getting into like the contouring of the nose, and they're actually sort of almost changing the shape of their face with the way that they're doing this because, they want to look like another species that's not human. So it makes it a little more difficult when you have something that is very is humanoid but is not necessarily doesn't have really the same face shape and features as a human does. So you can see where the contouring of the nose is happening and where the darker parts are brought into the cheeks to sort of contour the face more. And this is a very very good test. This is really, really good.
Well done, Alfazi.
Yeah, and I love the ears.
I'm crazy about those ears.
The ears are great.
They caught my eyes. But best of all, perhaps, well, I mean, we like Alfazi too, but Milo, the cat, oh, come on. That was just the greatest.
The cat
kid
is
there.
like, you're Traherne, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Why are you bothering me?
Seriously.
We don't know each other.
Yeah. Here's Angie Color Dreamers Gifts for Friends. They actually have 3 friends. Let me call those out. That's Arak, Bale, and Taza, and these are 3 different sketches that Angie put together for them. I think they're really cute and very personable.
Yeah, I love it when people do stuff like that for other people. I just think it's really cool when you have somebody that has a talent like this and somebody who maybe doesn't, or maybe they do and they just have never done anything like this before. But when you have somebody who's got this kind of cool talent, I just think it's really neat when they can,
nice
share their talent with other people by doing stuff like this. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's great, and the choice of different colors and different expressions also on this is great. I imagine that they capture the personalities of those 3 friends. I think it's great. Well done. This is by Legionnaire in Training. This is Serena. Is it the cutest thing or what? We've had some pretty cute stuff on here, right?
I can't stand the cute. It's like cute overload today.
Yeah. It's great. This is, let's see what we have to say. It's a wonderful figure. It's a Zurena. I don't have a lot of details on the medium for this, but we've had other work by Legionnaire in training, and I think they're incredibly talented. Little fur, just the carving that makes the representation of fur.
Yeah.
Little horns.
I love the
teeth.
horns.
Yeah.
Because those are not easy horns to sculpt, I would assume, just by the shape.
Yeah.
And how they've even got like the
The
wrapping.
weaving, yeah.
Yeah, that is really, really cool.
Yeah, and the teeth.
Well
It wouldn't
done.
Be easy to do
Well,
those snaggle teeth, right?
you know, you gotta have the teeth. You gotta char, you gotta have the teeth.
It's great. Yeah. Well done. Thank you. This is by Durswo, a member of our German language forums.
Wow.
I love this drawing. I can't even figure out what the medium is, but I like the story, which is that it's dedicated to the brave fighters who joined forces to keep Blood-Tide Coast passable.
This looks like almost like one of those old Japanese ink paintings, the landscape paintings that they did many years ago, and I think they still do them today.
Sometimes on parchment,
Yeah.
linen, fabric,
Yeah.
different medium. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like the, I mean, who doesn't go to Blood-Tide Coast? I mean, when you think about Blood-Tide Coast, you immediately think of Triple Trouble.
Yeah.
I certainly do. Oh, please.
Well,
And
I'm having
we've got one of
flashbacks and
those.
nightmares now, yeah.
That is one tough mission, that one is. But great fun, though. When you succeed, you get quite that great feeling. But I love it. And I'm glad that we were able to include someone from our German language forums. And stay tuned, because we've got another member of our German language community. This is Karina Venefica, and they have created Evil Plant Hunters. They're out on a quest to take care of the problem with the evil plants, as you can see. Isn't it great?
The little footy with the anklet on in the front
Yeah.
on the female
Yeah.
Asura is killing me. It's so cute.
It is the cutest. And in the back, the thing that captured me most of all, maybe, was the perfect representation of that helicopter.
Yep.
Too cool.
Yep.
And
so
then
cool.
over on the left, you've got the look at could be Tangled Depths, maybe more Verdant Brink. But
I was
it's
just going to
great
say
look.
probably Verdant Brink.
Yeah, it's probably VB, but it looking good. And then subtle, but I like this so much, is that it's all enclosed in a heart.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, very nice.
I love Asura. They're so cute.
They are the best, especially their teeth.
Their teeth and their little three-toed footies.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And Beth, I will say it always, best death animation in the game.
Yes. So over dramatic.
So good, so good. Yeah. And this is from a French language forum member, Olva. This is a gift Asura plushie, and I think it's awful cute with that little felt armor.
This is adorable. This is like this so squishable.
And little felt armor.
And then little eyes, little button eyes. Oh, so cute.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
cuteness
sweet.
overload with the plushies today.
Yeah, plushies and figures and everything. We have a wonderful community. They're so creative. I'm just really proud of all the things they come together with.
Absolutely can't believe like how much creativity there is and how talented all of these people are that do these submissions. The detail that these people are getting with these plushies, like between this one and the other one that we had, how much time, I mean, I know how much time I spend on something that I'm trying to create, and this is like you're creating not just what the character's wearing, but the whole thing. Like you actually have to do the body and the head and the ears and everything else, and this is just like, and you got to make it cute because it's a plushie. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like,
And it's an Asura.
right, which is like multiplies the cute by like a million.
It does, yeah. This is by Miss Via, and it has a backstory, which is these two little free-running orphans caught wind of a virtual game in Radissoum that might be right up their alley, so they're rushing to play. I have no idea what they meant.
I
I don't know.
absolutely not able to tell by this picture.
No, but I imagine it's one of those things that's going to come back every year as a festival.
I would hope it would. I mean, it sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah,
Never ever set foot in such a thing, though.
See, take a look at this though. Take a look. See the little teeth I'm talking.
Yeah,
and
you're
the little
right.
boots.
And the feeties.
Absolutely.
The little toes. I can't stand the toes. Oh, so cute.
Oh, that's great. Check this out.
Oh.
This is one of a set of pages in an amazing diary created by a Spanish language forum member named Droner. Now, we featured this once, I think in our first show from TwitchCon last fall. But I had to revisit it because it's so well done. The what did you say? It looks like a bestiary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like something Indiana Jones would carry around with him, right?
It does. In fact, it's about the right size.
Yeah.
It's like his father's diary. I'm a big fan of the movies too. Love the fact that it's in the Crichton alphabet.
It is.
It's so
And
great.
that is so neat. The script is just like, I wish I could read Crichton.
Yeah, I
then
want
I
to
would-
know more. But these are great, and there are pages and pages of this. You'll find it on the Spanish language forums. And the nice thing is, I don't know if you know this, but you can visit any of our forums. You don't have to speak the language, of course. If you go into the community corner and the community creation section of the forums, go ahead and give it a visit because you can see the coolest art from all of our community across the globe, and you get to take advantage of the view of things like this. Now, Droner also created something that I'm going to be featuring in the Winter's Day show, so I'm really looking forward to that. Very talented.
It's very
artist.
scientific looking.
Yeah, yeah. Winter's Day is less scientific, but also equally
But
creative.
still, yeah, really
Yeah,
cool.
That's great. Which gives me an opportunity to say, and I've mentioned it before, but it doesn't hurt to repeat, that if you're an artist that has presented your art on our forums or on our Tumblr page, thank you for sharing, and don't give up hope if you would like the piece to be featured and it's not featured immediately that month. I go back sometimes months. In fact, one of the pieces in this show is from a year ago, and we plumb the riches that we have to choose from, and put together a show once a month that includes a whole lot of different art. So do continue to share, and do continue to watch the show because you never know where your piece might show up. And with that, I want to show you this piece by Dawn Sketch. This is an image of Tave, a white wolf, a dragon hunter. They wrote that they were inspired by the thought of Norn as a people and how Tave would react to the Heart of Thorns story. She would grieve for those lost, yes, but she would walk forward and carry their memories with her. I think that's particularly poignant given what happens in, well, we won't go there.
Nope. No
The
spoilers.
poignant story. And then, of course, Tave has her little junior wolf pet there.
And that sword, I love that sword. And I love this rendition of that sword. They have really captured it so well.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite skins. And that is it, just the way that they have put it onto paper is incredible.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Really, really lovely.
Lovely work.
And this is by the Raccoon Tour. This is Magister Arlo Keitner. And this Grenth following Silvari Reaper belongs to the Raconteur's closest friend known as the Plague Doctor.
Nice. Love the name.
Look at the title there. Nothing can save you. It's perfect, isn't it?
That's why I'm a Reaper on my Necro.
Uh-huh.
It's because the cool things you say. And big swords.
When you look at it, good point. When you look at it, at first, it's a great looking image, and then you realize that there's a subtle incorporation of the wings in the back,
Yeah.
and that's really sweet.
Very, very cool. Oh, neat.
I love this Hark Back to Guild Wars Nightfall. This is by Sweet Phoenix Cosplay. It is a dervish wearing the Vabian armor, including the primeval hood, the destroyer gloves, and the soul breaker scythe. Anything with a scythe, as I said, I just love scythes. But I loved my dervish. I really did. She was
Look at
great.
that stitching and beadwork. Like, that is really, really pretty.
That is lovely, yeah. And the fabric is kind of got a pattern to it. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the way it was made or if
Maybe it
she
was
added
embroidered.
it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
it's really, really, really gorgeous. And she just from the hair to the costume itself to the makeup, it's just like everything is spot on.
Did you play Guild Wars?
I did a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it great to see something from our lore, something from our history, our past, to see it represented today? It's really a sweet thing.
I mean, that's one of the coolest things about being in this industry, I think, is when you have people in the community like this that spend all of this time, and it's you don't spend a lot of time like that on something that you are not just in love with, right?
That's why I love doing this show.
Right? I mean, I could see why.
Yeah, it's
That's
the greatest
so cool.
opportunity. It's an honor, really, to be able to show people's art, to be able to show their love for something that I love passionately. I play every day and longer on the weekends. I love the game, loved Guild Wars, love Guild Wars 2.
Yep.
Can't wait to see what you guys are doing on that. Now, so there's a Char and a Sylvari. Oh, you're not going to tell me. I don't even know why.
Confirm or deny. You get nothing, Gaile Gray.
Okay. Well, we might as well look at this next piece then. This is by Shuzar, and they decided to paint their character and that of their friend Zelka Belk. There we go, Zelka Belk. These are Phyllis and Grimald, and according to reports, they have a rather tumultuous relationship.
They don't look happy with each other in this picture.
No, the body language is telling me there's some kind of a dispute going on.
There's something going on, yes, for sure. Very, very, very cool use of color with black and white, though.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just that incorporation. Just a bit there, a bit in the hair. That
You don't need it anymore, really.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. This is by Flutie. This is Ice Vote. I hope I'm saying that one right. It's hard to know when you got a ice vote. Well, anyway, I like its elegance, and I love the expression too. Not a typical expression for a Char.
No.
The kind of the coy, little shy look.
No, not typical at all, but really kind of mischievous.
Do you think it's kind of that engraving look to it?
It does. It does look engraved. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how they got that effect. It looks almost like they used white pencil in there.
I hadn't thought
to
about
actually
that.
bring the black lines out and make it seem like they're deeper into the paper. I think that's really neat.
That could be, yeah.
Very cool technique.
It's very nice. And we're going to wrap up with another Mesmer portrait.
Wow.
This one is by Burbart. And it's, I like it. It just popped when I saw the face. It's a compelling expression. And I have to say this, a great use of lavender and purple.
Very delicate.
And the butterfly is, mwah, it's perfect.
Very, very delicate. Her features are delicate. The butterfly is delicate. It's very, 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 almost airy, sort of. And the expression on her face is, she's kind of looking up. So you kind of get that feeling from her expression as well.
I'm going to go again with, I could see this as a cameo.
Yep.
The old
I could definitely see this. I would wear it as a cameo.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
It's just beautiful. So with that, that concludes our art for this month. And I'm going to just say a couple of call outs because I like to share things. Sometimes we have things that aren't always possible for us to show. For example, cartoon series, not always possible for us to show those on the screen, but definitely worth sharing. So here we go. There's a cute comic on our Tumblr page by Colby Jacquard. They posted it around June 4th. So if you go to our Tumblr page, you can check out this cartoon. It's very cute. I think you'll enjoy it. Go give it a look. There are a couple of other comics. Some of them are a series. You can check those out. And I want to give a call out to our fan fiction community. They do great work. It's not possible for us to do fan fiction on this show. The medium isn't quite right for that sort of thing. But there are some stories that are long-running stories. There are short stories. There are novellas on there. And best place for that is the official Guild Wars 2 forums. And go ahead and dip your toe in there. It makes for some very fun reading. The fan fiction community, the writers know our lore better than many of us do. They know the game. They have a connection with it. And
that's impressive given the people that work here and the overall studio obsession with Guild Wars.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know anybody here who doesn't play.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the regular. And most of those played Guild Wars 1 as well.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and it's nice to work in a place like that where
It is. I mean, we're all very much players, and I think that helps us be better, whether it's a designer or a programmer, whether that's an artist or someone on the communication side. It just helps us so much to play and be in our game world.
absolutely.
And then those who are in our game world like our players, and then they share this great art. I mean, really, it is a privilege to be able to show it. And I want to thank you for being a guest. It was fantastic. having you.
Anytime.
Yeah, thank
Anytime.
you very much. And I particularly wanted to have Liz on because I know she has those insights that she shared with us about cosplay, and we'll have her back again sometime. I should tell you that our next show will be Wednesday, July 20th. And in the meantime, remember, if you go to Tumblr, please tag your work with tag Guild Wars 2 fan submission. If you post on the forums, that also gives us permission to share it on the show. Be watching in the future, and in the meantime, keep creating. Bye-bye.